morning. Time to set the tone for the rest of the day. So if you're still feeling sleepy, shake it off. Enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Ba. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Why does it look like the camera's not in focus? Are you focusing on the tentacle? Is that what you're doing? Okay, it's good now. Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. Good morning. Congrats on your Suna. Congrats. Congrats, buddy. Good job. Really, really happy for you, man. Really happy for you. Anyway. I'm glad she at least blessed somebody, because I was convinced that she was just being a hard one, because some characters come out and everyone seems to struggle on them, so I thought maybe that was her. Maybe she was gonna be difficult. But I guess that was just me. I guess it was just me. It's fine. It's all good. Tough living, always winning. Okay, well, you win one time, buddy. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's calm down a little bit. That was a one-time thing. But now you're gonna get Aria and like you wanted like you want like all the characters coming out, don't you? Well, good luck with that. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say I might have to skip. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna wish that on me. Because I'm gonna get her in my first 10 pull. It's gonna be easy. I'm already back up to like 30 pulls, okay? I'm already back up to like 30 pulls. We're gonna be fine, okay? We're gonna do just fine. We're gonna get all the characters that I want. Because I want all the Angels of Delusion, but I also kind of want Yuzuha too. You know, life is hard for a gambler, for a gacha gamer. What was that you said? Copium, was it? Well, see, I'm realistic though. I know that like it's. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna get her. I swear to God, I'm gonna get all of them, and it's gonna be happy. It's gonna be a great happy time. So yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about my failures. Today we're back to the normal shenanigans. Yeah, back to normal stuff. Time to lock back in on YIDHARI. How's my favorite doggo? I'm doing good. I had a good weekend. Thanks for the hydrate. I just put some ice in this biatch. So here, let me turn around. Hello. Boop. Nice cold water. Oh, did I not like close it enough? Now my hand is all wet. Ugh. No. Okay. Hydrate. Nice and cold, just how I like it. Perfect. How's the audio today? I tried to bump things up a little bit because I was watching back the VOD and I was like, just in general, I had to like turn everything to like max to be able to hear everything properly. And I'm like, well, ideally you want people to be kind of somewhere in the middle, right? So, you know, where's music? Can you not hear? Okay, here, I'll turn that up maybe just a little bit. Let's see, boom. Well, now it's kind of dying down. Okay, well, now we gotta wait for the next song to come up. Now we gotta wait for the next song. Hold. There we go. Okay, can you hear that? Does it sound like music? On desktop, I can barely hear. Weird. So I guess that's like a Twitch thing, right? I'm just gonna chalk it up to Twitch. Twitch is silly. Twitch is silly. Music better? Okay, cool. Yeah, because for me, I have my audio balancing a little bit different, so that way I can speak and, you know, hear my own thoughts without the music, like, distracting me as much. So on my end, I turn the music down a little bit. So I try to go off of what the audio looks like on OBS. And okay, so I remember I'm locking this in. I'm writing this down in my brain, right around there. That little, yep, you can't see it. I see it. Right there, got it. For future notice. But my voice isn't too loud or anything either. Like it's all good. It's all good. I naturally have a very quiet voice. I don't know if you know this because you just hear me through a mic, but I had to max out all my audio input stuff, and then I had to crank that bitch up to like, right now it's at 300%, like even more cranked up past the actual crank up, you know what I mean? So all of that's like maxed out. So hopefully that sounds a little bit better. Just because I realized that, you know, everything was like a little quiet last time. So again, it's all a learning process. We're getting there, you know, but ideally I don't want you guys having to like max out your volume just to hear everything. I feel like the good place to be is somewhere in the middle, you know? If you like it a little louder, you can turn it up. If you like it a little quieter, you can turn it down, right? That's a good place to be, right? That's a good angle to aim for. So we'll see how that goes. YouTube is working, right? Yes, YouTube. YouTube is working. Jassy's in the YouTube chat. Okay, I'll try to remember to look at YouTube. Good morning to the YouTube chat. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button. Oh my god, wow, you're already rage baiting me first thing on a Monday morning? That's crazy, by the way. Someone has to hold down YouTube? Well, you know, I'm glad someone's doing it. Lock in YouTube chat. I see you. I see you now, at least. You won't be on my other screen until I figure that aspect out. But, I'll try to remember to look more often. Because I remember looking, like, after stream, and I saw that you talked, like, you know, a lot more in the YouTube chat. And I was like, oh no, I was ignoring you, but I, like, didn't mean to. I'm sorry. So I'm here. I see you. Hello. Happy Monday. I hope your weekend was great. Get rage baited. No, he got me, man. I'm not. No, I can't be rage baited. Not again. Oh, I'm gonna forget. No, I'm not. I see you guys, but I am gonna turn around now. Whoop-a! Hello. But I can see my Twitch chat like off to the side here, even when I'm like fully turned around. Because if you didn't know, my computer is directly behind me, so I have like a cute little U desk thing going on. So I'm right here in the middle, and the desk goes shoot, 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 like, and then goes like way off to the side where all my like airbrushing stuff is. Yeah, I custom designed all of it myself, not to brag, but it works well for me. And yeah, so I like it. I see that my water spilled. That's really cool. Oops. Don't mind the little puddle. YIDHARI just had a little accident. It's okay, it happens. But do I have a little thing I can wipe that out with? It's okay. We're good now. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's great. Boom. It wasn't my fault. Certainly wasn't my fault. Okay, boom. So, back to your regularly scheduled program. So, we're gonna keep working on YIDHARI. I cleaned off the pieces a little bit more from like all the dust that, you know, we had been sanding with. So these are a lot cleaner now. And I felt them up with my bare hands. And I was like, oh my god, she's so smooth. I love it. It's so good. Like the pieces feel really good. They feel good. Is all I'm trying to say. So, hell yeah. Message retracted. What does that mean? What'd you say? You can't self-delete your... Oh, you're testing? Okay. Where do you want comment or Twitch or YouTube? I don't know, like, algorithm-wise what's the best, but if you want me to see you, like, faster, Twitch is better, but I don't know what's, like, actually better for, like, algorithm stuff. God, who knows? Fill them up with my dog hands. That's kidding. I have regular hands. Anyway, so we're gonna keep at this. I was going to put the primer on myself, like off stream, and then after watching Soul prime on Saturday, I was like, well, now I kind of want to prime on stream as well. If you guys want to see the priming a little bit more. Not saying you did bad. Let me make myself clear. Not saying you did bad. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't really show the priming like all the time. So, you know, sometimes it's good to show things like that. And I was also thinking, hi Bucket. I was also thinking that maybe if we're in a good place for it, right at the end of stream, I might show off some of the puttying, because I think for these, I think I would like these holes specifically, not necessarily like some of the inside work. We'll have to like check the fits out again and like see where I need putty there. But for these, I still might use my polyester putty, just because I think that it would be a better fit. I don't know the right word. I think it might work better. Let me look at my other putties again. So I have, okay, I'm gonna need you, there you go. So I have like these kind of putties, right? These are like epoxy putties, where they're like a putty, and then you smush these two colors together, and then boom, they harden within like, I don't know, like half an hour to an hour or more, you know, something like that. And yeah. So I don't think, like, for these, I would really have to, like, you know, noodle them out. I would have to thin them out really noodle-like. Smush them in these drain holes and then smooth them out. I don't know. I think the polyester one would work better. So if I am to do polyester putty on stream, then that would require me to have to wear, I would have to wear my heavy duty mask, and then I would have to like ventilate my room afterwards, because, you know, the smell will just stay in here for a long time if I don't like properly like open my windows, turn the vents on, like push it all out, because again, it's pretty bad for you. It's pretty bad for the body, and I'm trying not to damage my lungs more than I probably already have. So if I do end up showing that off, then I'll probably do it right at the end of stream. That way I can properly do all that cleanup work afterwards. You know what I mean? What the hell? Nova, why are you here wait. Today's a Monday. Why are you here, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? But hi. I'm just yapping. I haven't even started yet. Oh, more stuff. They're both out. Are you on Twitch at work right now? The gasp. I'm surprised Twitch works for you. When I was at work, Twitch was like banned. Like I couldn't watch Twitch at work. But I was also, you know, in a lot more of a secure environment. So, oops. Yeah, I also did finish these out a little bit more. So right now, the last couple pieces for like the weapon and stuff are under the UV light, my big like UV light lamp right now. And hopefully I can show those off in like a little bit. But yeah, these are all good. This is the base, if you didn't already see it. My favorite song of all time. I recognized it off of the very first note on my laptop. Oh, okay, cool. Well, hi. Oh! Sorry, I'm so excited. Okay. Lock in. Focus. Yeah, cool. Wow, a bass. That's amazing. We can work on that just like a little bit as well, maybe. Maybe I'll try to work on the bass slowly as I'm also working on the figure. That could be kind of cool. I don't usually do that. But the other thing I wanted to show off, let me move this off to this side, I think. While I bop to the music. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's illegal to be this good. I don't know if you've played with Arya, or not Arya, Suna a lot yet, Soul, but her little idle animations when you're just like standing around, like you just farmed, you know, like some stuff and you're standing there for a bit, and she'll start doing her cute little idle animations, and this song plays while she's doing the idle animation. Oh my god, peak, absolute peak, so good. Anyway, again, not being distracted. I wanted to briefly show you. Here's a Jiyuan. I wanted to ask if you think it's too small. If it's too small, I can reprint it. I will do that for you. Don't feel bad to ask. But this is more of the like smaller size, but it turned out a little bit smaller than I expected. But yeah, here's what she looks like if you just kind of wanted to see. But yeah, I mean, she's still like fairly big. Oh, she is small, yeah. She is tiny. She's tiny. And then, so like that goes there. You got her little cape. You know, I just kind of wanted to show it off a little bit. But, and then here's her base. Let me clean all this stuff off. Yeah. So here's the base of this one. It's a little smaller. But it's naturally is like a smaller base. Like she's not as like big of a figure in general. She's a level 20 for the foreseeable future. No! Farm for her! Farm for her! Let me get some of these supports off. Bleh. Let's see, how does this go on? Does this go on like this? Or does it go on like this? I think it goes the other way. Okay, no, it does go on like that. Okay, look. So the crystal goes like that. Boom. I haven't even like tried to put it together besides like just a few pieces. Since the pieces are smaller, I did have to like drill a little bit into some of them just to make sure that I properly cured the inside, because again, that's a safety thing. Got to make sure that that's taken care of. But this will be more of a proper way to show you how small it is compared to the other thing. So where is the YIDHARI face? Yeah, so this... When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's pretty small. But again, this is like, she's gonna be pretty big, you know, to be fair. She is gonna be pretty big. But, yeah. I know, isn't Gundam stuff pretty small? Pretty small? Are you used to working with more small stuff like this? I can make it a little bit bigger. I can. So if you want me to do that, I can do that. This only took up like one plate. Well, 2 plates with the base. But yeah, I can do it again if you want me to do it again. But I just wanted to show this off. That way, if you do want me to do it again, I can go ahead and get that over with. Like I can go ahead and do that, you know, like right after stream. I could go ahead and start printing it. But yeah. And then, let's see. So we got like her head. Boom. Ponytail. That makes her look a little bit bigger with like all the hair and stuff. And then the bangs will go on like here. But yeah. So you can kind of see, right? And then on the body. Wait, how's that go? Like that. Yeah, so she's gonna be looking off to the side like that. But yeah. Boom. Okay, as long as you're okay with it. I just wanted to make sure. But I also just kind of wanted to show you that, you know, she's been done for like a while. I just haven't, I don't know. I just haven't shown it off. Let Does this piece go like this? Like this? Question mark? Probably more like this. Right? Yeah, like that. Boom. Like all these like little rocks and stones jut out of it. And I think she's what? Standing like right here? Question mark? How is she standing? Like this? Now that's pretty like, is she actually like going off that much to the side? I don't remember. I would have to look at the picture again. Unless she's like down here. Oh, just kidding. It goes like this. That makes a lot more sense. That makes way more sense. So she's like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, doesn't she look cool? I like her. Yeah, again, this is... I'll probably have it like around this is the standard for like the half-sized. Because, I mean, I did label them half-sized, but I don't want them to be like too small, you know? I don't know. Yeah, and then what? This goes like here. Boom. But yeah, obviously it's not pinned. It's probably not going to completely stay together. Yeah, that's kind of an idea of what we're working with, what we're cooking with. And then she's got a lot of like little small pieces, like her arm, you know, is right here. Let's see. She has her gun. That turned out really cool if you want to see like all the details. You know, like it prints really, really well. All of these supports were on the bottom here, so that part needs to be sanded. But I know how much you love your sanding, so yeah. But you can see the neps and all that. You know, looks cool. The detail's nice. She's got like, I don't know what this is, a little pack or something. I printed it with the name because there was an option to print it without the name, and I was like, but the name is like cooler, so I just went ahead and printed the name. So you got her name there. Let's see what else. Yeah, this is her jacket. It goes on the back of here like that. It's not gonna stay. It is gonna stay, barely. Very carefully. Got that. Okay, we got, okay, what is that? Gun, hair, face, bangs. Another like little armor thingy. Her other arm. This is, I'm guessing, the one that's holding the gun. Something like that. Something like that, yeah. Another little pack. And then, yeah, and then she's got all kinds of just like little stuff. I think this goes on the gun, question mark? No? What does this go on? I don't know. I'll have to look and see, like print you off some like instructions or something to just know where these pieces go. Oh, here's her other hand. Little tiny hand. Hello. Another little, this also looks like a little, maybe like ammo. Maybe it goes like on her hip or something. Like she's reloading, you know? Something like that. And then you have this. This is one of the tinier pieces I've ever printed. Look at this little guy. It's like a little spring. Like a little tiny spring. I mean, it printed really well. I mean, like, look at that. That's what a 3D printer like mine is capable of. How cool is that? So, just so you know, whenever you unpack things, just be on the lookout for little tiny pieces like this. I'll try to make it obvious. I'll try not to like hide them in like spots that you could miss. You know, I'll try to make it obvious. That way you don't miss these like little teeny tiny pieces. Oops. But yeah, I just wanted to show it off. So, boom. There you go. So again, she's ready. She's there. You're used to working with the tiny pieces? Okay, well, good. She will be on the more tiny side, but I mean, as you can see, like put all together, she's still like fairly, like a good size figure. You know what I mean? She's still a good size figure. Like I know that my hand and my arm aren't like good for size measuring, but yeah, she's still pretty big. I mean, you can kind of see the numbers in the back here for reference. So what, this is from 6 to like, I mean, like with her head, it would be more like 24 or something. Do the math. I can't math. But yeah, she's cute. I like that. That'll be a fun little project for you. I look forward to to seeing that. Yeah, it is definitely easier to work with like the bigger pieces, like, you know, this big mama, because you obviously have more room to like make mistakes and stuff. More canvas space, you know, to paint as well. But hey, you know, it's still fun. It's still fun. Okay. Shall we actually get get started now? After 30 minutes of yapping? Teehee. Gonna be suffering if you didn't hear me bitching when before that. Well, I look forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited. That's why, especially for this, like the Juyuin, not for this. This will be pinned. But for the Juyuin, not gonna lie, you should probably glue most of it. The only things I would suggest pinning, since I like have it right here and I can like actually like show you, because you know, seeing it is better than believing it. But you could maybe pin like the main what's it called, like the weight bearing things, right? So you don't have to pin every little piece. In fact, I really actually recommend gluing most of those pieces. All those like little tiny pieces you saw, I really kind of recommend gluing those. But if you wanted to pin stuff, I would really probably recommend pinning like her feet to the base, right? So like this comes out like that. I would recommend pinning that in some way, just because that'll help with like stability and stuff. And stability is really important for these main, I actually already kind of gave you a pinhole right here. I perfectly made one already for you, specifically because I had to drain more stuff out of her leg. So I had to make some extra pinholes. But that one's already made for you. If you want to do the same exact size on the other side, I recommend that. And then doing that into these two base holes. That would be a good idea, specifically just because, again, these are weight supporting. So I recommend that. And then maybe if you wanted, the only other part I would probably pin is like here at the waist, like this part to this part, to her legs. Because again, weight bearing, right? You got to think of it in like terms like that. Because if you just glue this, it would probably stay, but it is gonna like take on a lot of weight at the top. Maybe not too much, just because they're smaller pieces, but it's still good practice to pin the main weight bearing things. That's how I look at it. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Everything else, I think you should probably just glue. Unless you just really want to test the waters. But since these pieces are so small, you might risk breaking into them, since if this is your first time pinning and stuff, you know, you do run a little bit of that risk. Wait, does this go? Hold up. Does this go like this? No, it's not that piece. I don't know. That's a support. What goes in here? Like that? Something like that. Something fits in there. Interesting. Did you print the rest of her hammer? I did. I did print the rest of her hammer. It is outside right now. I can show that off. Actually, I'm gonna go flip them. Hold up. Let me go flip them. I don't even have to take my mic off for it. Yap. Let me flip them, give them like another like 10 minutes or so, and then I can show them off to you. There we go. Looking good. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, this will be good. So until that's ready, okay, let me come back in. But yeah, now we officially have all the YIDHARI pieces. Yeah, anytime you're gonna mess it up, we ball anyway. Hey, I mean, if you get it right the first try, that's really impressive. But if you have any questions, like, you can always ask. I'm just letting you know the difficulty will be higher just because they are smaller pieces. But for your first time, you know, it's okay. But I appreciate that you want to give it a try. Like, that's exciting. Okay. Now we're done yapping. Now we're done yapping. Again, I'm gonna give the rest of the hammer like 10 more minutes or so to cure. And then we will show off the rest. Because right now, this is like half of her hammer. The other half goes like on here. And then she has like a little bit that comes out the tip of this. And then there's also fence. So I realized what had happened was that it was a print failure when I printed the original weapon. I guess I had all the other pieces on that plate, but for some reason those pieces on the plate didn't print. So in my head I was like, okay, you know, I got all the pieces ready and I printed them, that we're all good. So that's why I missed that, but you know, it's fine. Instead of metal sticks, can use plastic tubes. Do you mean like for pinning? Are you talking about like instead of like hold. Ugh. Instead of like, why are you getting stuck? Instead of like this, it's stuck in there right now. Instead of my slinky of metal rods, are you saying using plastic instead? Yeah, pinning. I've never tried plastic, but the entire point of pinning is for stability, right? Like that's like the main purpose. Also, another like side purpose is to be able to remove pieces and put them back. You know, if you want to disassemble things and reassemble them later. So it helps with like shipping and stuff like that. Or if you move, you know, it'd be nice to be able to, instead of having to carry the entire figure, you could kind of disassemble it. That's the other like kind of reason for pinning. But stability is the biggest thing. And how do you get the most stable thing? Metal. metal rods is going to be the most stable. I don't see why you couldn't use plastic tubes, but just know that it's probably going to be more brittle. It's probably going to be more brittle. And it might not have the same, what's it called? Like the same friction that like a metal tube, like the metal rods might give, you know? Because I'm just gonna, again, hot take or hot assumption, I'm gonna assume that this might have like a little bit more friction to it than like plastic, which is probably very smooth. So that's my take. I haven't tried it, cannot confirm nor deny, but oh, there we go. I think I got it unstuck. There we go. Okay, I got it all bent just because I was trying to unstick it. But yeah. That's my assumption, is that it would be a little bit less stable. No, magnets are an option, but which area are they often used? So with magnets, I reserve magnets for, again, if I don't need stability, right? So any place along the, I'll use the Juyuin as an example again. So here with Juyuin, I would say everything in the main center part of the body mass needs to probably needs a good pinning. I mean, for again, that metal stability, it keeps everything in the center of mass stable and secure. That way, if like, I don't know, you have an earthquake and things are shaking a little bit, you know, it's not gonna like just kind of like snap off. With like plastic or even glue can kind of snap like that. So, but with magnets, again, with a little bit of shaking, a magnet can still kind of like bloop, like fall off. And if you have other things attached to this, that might also kind of mess things up and potentially break tiny pieces, right? So I like to use metal rods for the middle parts. I wouldn't recommend magnets for anything in that main center of mass area or anything that is particularly heavy. So like with these tentacles, right? These tentacles, they're a little bit in the center of mass, like everything that's connecting to her body. I showed it off a little bit earlier, but all of these tentacles, right? Like all of these tentacles all kind of connect to this one little spot on her body. That is going to affect the center of mass a little bit. And since these are like, I mean, when you think about it, these are pretty light, like in the grand scheme of things. But if you're putting them all of these added up, right? All of these tentacles added up, they do have a fair weight to them. So you really don't want to I will not be magnetizing these. As cool as that would be, unless you have a tiny but also insanely strong magnet, would not recommend that. But in terms of things that I would magnetize on this figure, let's see. I haven't like looked into it too much, but right off the bat, I would probably magnetize like her hat. Her hat would be a good thing to magnetize because again, nothing else is connecting to this hat. It's very light, and it would be very easy to just bloop and just stick right on there, right? That would be a good piece to magnetize. It's not a part of her main center of mass. It's not bearing much weight. And it's a fairly big enough space where you can easily put a magnet on too. You got to think of it in terms of that. Like, for example, Yidhari is a bad example because she has mostly bigger pieces. But let's just take this piece, for example. I could actually magnetize this, but let's pretend that this is smaller than what it is. Let's pretend this is smaller than what it is. This goes on her hip, right? So, like that. Let's pretend that this is even smaller. In order to fit a magnet on that, even when you get the really tiny magnets, again, the really tiny magnets cannot bear that much weight. You gotta, as much as you think that they can, they can't. So unless you get better magnets than me, I guess, but you gotta think of it in terms of the weight distribution. So the smaller the magnet, the less weight it can hold. This piece is fairly light, and there is enough room to put a decent sized magnet in here, so I probably might magnetize this piece just so you could bloop, put it on. But with smaller pieces, you got to think of it like that too. They might be a really cool thing to magnetize, but if they're too small to even properly fit a magnet, obviously, like, you know, that will also cause issues. Learn structural engineering. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, how does her tentacles fit on? Here, I'll show it off a little bit again. We looked at it a little bit the last time as well. It's very interesting. So let's see. This one will go on last. So all of the tentacles, again, kind of have like these little pegs, and they all kind of fit into these different holes on her back, on her backside. Let me grab the picture again so that way I can properly just make sure that I'm wasting less time figuring it out, and I can just kind of, there we go. Okay, I got the correct picture. So this one, let's see, which is the one with, okay, so this one with all of her stuff on it, it's gonna go like that. So this one's gonna, I think, be like, oh god. This will be the hard part, is knowing like which one goes to which spot. Oh, okay, so the face is like that. So I do think it goes in this one. I did this before. If I did it before, I could do it again. Oh, no. I do think it goes down like that, because question mark? Where does it go? It goes in the square hole. I'm gonna get this! I remember that this little piece connects to like one of them here. I'll probably have to like label these too for you. That way you're not struggling like I am. How does this freaking go? Literally, I did it last time. I could do it again. Okay, what if I do the bottom pieces first? Okay, so this one. Oh, no, wait, is it this one? Oh, I'm stupid. This is the one I think I was looking for. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. Lol. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it fits so much better. It's almost like it was meant to fit there. That's crazy. I know, that is a very thin peg. And so this is going to be my challenge for the figure, is getting this pinned correctly. So, because yeah, they give you just such a little tiny thin peg to do that. And I understand why they did it in terms of like fitting this together, but in terms of pinning it and making it an actual figure, it's gonna be a little challenging. It's gonna be a little something something. The experience from the skirt to tiny ass pins. Yeah, but the problem with that is I can't really put tiny ass pins in here because again, these kind of bear a lot of weight. I know you can't feel this, but this piece is fairly big and this piece is fairly big, but they all connect to such a small area that you can really, like holding just this, I can feel the weight. Like I really can. And this is just one, right? Putting all of them on there, you can really feel the weight. So you don't want to put one of my like thinner pins, like one of these guys, like one of these thinner wirings, because what's the point? It's just gonna bend. Like it's not gonna support anything. So I'm gonna have to use my bigger wire on this. And yeah, that's gonna be the fun part is the balance between stability and doability. Like I need to be able to actually do it, right? So yeah, anyway, let's see. So we got that part, and then what does this do? Does this go up like this? Where do you go? How did I do this before? Oh, I think it goes like that. Yeah, buddy. So like that. So again, weight is adding up. I can feel it. They're pretty hollow on the inside. So another thing that some people do is they will take hollow pieces like this. And again, it's important to hollow these pieces out for the printing process, but sometimes people will go back and are you gonna fit? Are you gonna fit? It's getting there. There you go. Okay, boom. And then they will fill in, like refill in these parts with like a, what's it called? Epoxy resin. I have some. I have tested it before. Not the biggest fan, or I'm just doing it wrong. But the reason why you might want to fill in hollow pieces like this is to be able literally to pin things and have more of that stability. That's really the only reason that I see. And then this goes, I think, like this, question mark? Yes, like that. Okay, boom, look. I did it again. I put all the tentacles on. Now, again, hella heavy once you put them all together. But you can see that they all connect like that. Also, hey, lighting, can you stop being like yellow? Can you go back to like the blue lighting, please? What if I'm showing off a piece? Sometimes like the auto correction on the coloring, I don't know, I don't like it when it goes like yellow like that. Anyway, yeah. So this is gonna be the main challenge. What about Tamiya? Epoxy putty, they're more clay that hardens. So my question with that is, how would you fill that inside here, right? I like to use epoxy putty for like filling holes. Like if I wanted to fill this, I could use the epoxy putty for that. But I'm talking about in terms of like turning this from being hollow into not being hollow anymore, you know? Like filling it basically with like a thicker gel. And epoxy putty, if we're talking about the exact same thing, the epoxy putty is just a putty, right? So it's like silly putty. It's moldable. It's good. See, I can't really stuff it like a chicken unless I like cracked this whole bad boy open, and then I have the room to do that. But could you imagine putting thicker putty into these like little tiny holes? That's the only spot that I could do it in. So here, let me put her down real quick. I will show you the epoxy resin that I'm talking about. And you can see that I've used it before, and I've only used it once. And again, I think it's great stuff, but I may be just not great at it. I don't really know. So here it is, right? You have the epoxy resin and you have the hardener. Yeah, you can see it right here. A plus B equals like 1 to 1. So you literally take this, like take a cup like this, fill up half of the cup with this, half of the cup with the hardener, mix it up, and then you have a short amount of time to pour it into whatever you need. And it's a lot more liquidy. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lot more liquidy. So I could then take like a what's it called? Like a syringe. I have some syringes that I bought specifically for this stuff. And I could take a syringe and just slowly fill up this entire thing, and it would fill in the entire like tentacle, right? Could do that. Am I going to? Probably not. I might practice with this epoxy stuff more in the future, but again, it also adds more to the weight. It adds more to the weight, and it also has a chance, if you don't mix it perfectly, it'll stay a gel form, and then you've done fucked up. If it stays a gel form, you're screwed. At least with what I practiced. Because I did it twice, technically. I did it with 2 different pieces. And it was kind of a piece like I think it was like the main body part. Like the main center line is what I was trying to do it on. That way I could pin it with a lot more thick stuff. They look like water bottles. Yeah, you don't want to drink that stuff, trust. But when I filled in one of the pieces, it worked good. It hardened after like a set amount of time, and you could drill into it, and it was fine. But then I did it in another piece, say like I did it in this piece, and it just stayed a gel. I waited like a week. And it stayed a gel. Like I would put the pin in, and it would come back, and you would see all the gel, right? You're screwed at that point. What are you gonna do? Take it back out? No, you can't do that. So I don't like the fact that it was so sensitive that you have to perfectly mix it like that, and sometimes it works and sometimes it might not. That was a little spooky. I didn't like that. So, I haven't used it since. Is that a me problem? Yeah, it definitely was. I didn't mix it correctly, and that's why it stayed as a gel. But, I don't like the fact that it was that picky, because I did the exact same thing. I filled it half and half, mixed it, poured it in. It must be so picky, so peculiar. I didn't like that. So, I don't know. That's a future thing I could practice again in the future. But yeah. Do they stick like glue when they harden? Here, let me hydrate. Boop. Ah, tasty. That feels good. Okay. The resin epoxy, do they stick like glue when they harden? So are you talking about like the putty? Like this stuff? This stuff? Yes, they do stick together. I have used this stuff. I usually use this stuff with like bases. And I very well might use it with this base. I haven't decided yet. But, whoops. Like with this base, right? I don't need this base to be like, I don't need any of my bases to be like super detailed and fine. with fine stuff, I usually use my polyester putty, which is a lot more, it has a lot more give. With this stuff, it's moldable, right? And I have used it many times. I used it with the Firefly base, was probably my most like notable one, because her base, like that big rock that she's sitting on, came in 2 parts. I wanted to just mold them together. There was no reason for them to be 2 parts except to print them like that. That's why they separated them in the first place, was if you're printing that massive thing, it might not fit on all printers, so it's better to separate it and be able to print those 2 pieces separately. But to put those 2 pieces together, I literally used this stuff, this more moldable putty, and I just, again, 50-50. You take half of that, and mix it together, and then I literally just made like a thin spaghetti noodle, and I put it all around the edges. All around the edges of where I wanted it to connect. And then I just smushed it together. And again, I might do it with this piece. I actually like might. Then you smush it together, and then you just let it sit. You just let it sit for like, I don't know, a long time, 24 hours. And then boom, then you're good. The resin, oh, okay. With the resin, it's supposed to harden into like a... I haven't actually tried, again, I haven't tested it that much. I only tested it that one time. I don't know if it would stick together. Probably. Maybe. Maybe if I, like, did that, it might. I have no idea. I would, if I had to guess, if you mix it correctly, and I, for example, took, well, let me take, like, this piece. If I took, like, this, and I did both sides, like, one on her head and one, on her torso, and if I stuck it together, and once it did harden, it probably would stick together. I guess. I haven't tested it, but I mean, it's supposed to go from like a liquid to a solid, right? So I would think that it probably would. I don't see why not. From what I've seen with the epoxy and like woodworking stuff, you have to really beat the shit out of it for it to mix. And that's probably it. I probably didn't beat the shit out of it enough. So that, again, I'm sure it is a me issue. However, I don't like the fact that it could fuck up so easily. I want more reliable tools, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, that's what her tentacles look like. I will definitely have to be using my thick boy wire for this. Yeah. And like, see, I keep having the thought of like maybe just like gluing this. But then I'm just like, oh, that would be such a bitch to ship, you know? So, I don't know. Again, I'm trying to brainstorm it. I still, even if I did end up gluing this, I still would put thick wire in it because, again, stability. Even if I glued it, there is still a chance of it snapping off with the glue. Because glue is not, if you guys have ever glued something, if it's thin, if it's a thin thing, you can still easily snap that off. Like, it's not that, like, sturdy. Would be convenient if you fill up a part, jab a pin to it in the same hole, and the pin stayed as it dried. Yeah. Get a baking whisker, slap it onto a drill, mix it? Could. Maybe. Because I think before what I did was I literally, like, used a cup like this. I did the 50-50, and I think I took like some kind of stick. I don't know. Some kind of stick. I might have even used a toothpick. I don't think I used a toothpick. I think I used something bigger than this. But I literally just mixed it, right? I just mixed it by hand. Not a plastic knife? No, I did not use a plastic knife. I forget what I used. I think I have like popsicle sticks somewhere around here. I think that's what I used. I think that is what literally came with this stuff. now that I'm like remembering, because this was like a year ago, right? When I was like testing all this, it was like a year ago. So now that I'm thinking about it, I think it came with a bunch of like popsicle sticks, like not super big, like maybe like that size, you know, like with that are kind of thicker. And I think it came with that, and you're supposed to use that with this stuff. And so I was like, oh, of course, you know, I'll just use that and I'll just mix it. I think you didn't mix that bad boy enough. Yeah, that is probably what happened. There is a good chance that that is exactly what happened. So yeah, I haven't completely given up on it. I haven't abandoned it. If I abandoned it, I would have thrown it away by now, but I know that it was a me problem, but I just haven't had the courage to go back to it again. Community night Yap Yap. I've heard of Yap Yap. Sorry, I'm looking at YouTube now. I'm catching up on what you said. In relation to priming, can you discuss splatter and control with airbrush in relation to priming? Oh, I'm gonna be priming today for surezies. I think we're about to start priming like soon. So I'll kind of go over some priming here in a little bit. Airbrush to prime. Yeah, I use the airbrush to prime. That's my go-to. Community night. Yeah, I definitely still want to do a community night thing. What printer do you have? I have off the top of my head, I think it's an Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra. That's my primary printer that I use. Again, no gatekeeping here. Wooden stirs would work well too. Yeah, I think that is what I use. I think I used just those like popsicle stick stirs. But yeah, I guess I didn't stir it enough. So on me. I guess you gotta really beat the shit out of it. And I didn't beat it up enough. Gotta add a little bit more punch to it. Use plastic cement on any of your past builds? I have not. Like I said, the primary things that I use is that putty that I showed off, this stuff. For bigger items, for big, like the bases and stuff. But for more detailed stuff, I almost always use, let me grab it, my Tamiya polyester putty. And if we have time today, I would like to show off me using this. So stay tuned for that. Because it's a very interesting stuff. The YouTuber that put me onto that stuff likes to call it yellow mustard. And it really is like a yellow mustard kind of texture. It's pretty goopy, which is what I like about it. It's not such a thick putty material. It's a lot more closer to a liquid than the putty is. So I'm able to smush it into a lot more places, and it works so much better in that regard. The negative side of it is it's super smelly. It smells terrible. So if I had time to do that today at the end of stream, I will probably, if not definitely, have to wear my big, thick gas mask. And I'm probably going to be mute at that point. I might try to talk to you guys, but I'm going to sound like this. If you can hear me right now, this is probably how I'm going to sound when I use my gas mask. So, alas, it's going to sound like shit. Ooh, tentacle lady. Hello, toaster. Tentacle lady, yes. We were discussing how the hell we're connecting these two pieces, are these all these tentacles to her later. But for now, I think we're about to have a cute little priming lesson. Yeah? Is it priming time? Is it prime time, boys? Boys and girls, is it prime time? Okay. Oh, and now that we've been yapping for like a solid, I don't know, long time, those other pieces should be cured by now. So let me, I'm running, I'm grabbing them. Hold, patience, my children. Just kidding, you guys are my kids. Ew, gross. Okay, turn that off now, we're done. Here we go. Okay, now I can show this off too. Ba-ba. There we go. There we go. Okay, hello, I'm back. Okay, let me show these pieces off now that they are fresh pieces. So boom. They might still be like a little watery, but they're cured. So boom. Here's a little fence piece. I think this goes like in the back here. Yeah, like this. I think this goes like that. Oh, the screen is yellow again. Why do you do that? Hey, hey, stop being yellow. Boop. Bop. There you go. It's a little bit better. Anyway, wow, fence. That's cool. And then let's see, we have, here's the hammer. The hammer. So boom, we have the hammer. And then I guess we just put this on like this. Let's see, like that. Oh, am I gonna have to smush it in there? Huh. There we go. We might have to sand it a bit to get it to fit properly, but it's basically like that. I know that there's a gap there right now, but I have to, I'll have to sand that so that way it can get underneath this part. Yeah. Hammer! Whoa, bonk! And then I guess this piece fits like this? Question mark? Oh, we're gonna have to sand that too. Yeah. So it doesn't fit all the way on right now, but we will get it. But you can see the vision for now. Wow, and then you got all the little details here. Wow. And then I think, yeah, this sits, oh, it sits like here on the base. That's what that big thing is for, huh? So like this. Wow, look at that. You can't really see it. Hold on. Move. Move. Like that. Wow. So you got the hammer right here, and it goes shoop up like this. And then you have her big stick. And so she will be right here in the middle of all this. And she'll be holding on to this big hammer. Yeah, we'll have to sand this. For surezies. For surezies. Yeah, those are those pieces. So, boom! Pieces. Thanks for the follow, Nova VT. How's it going? Have you been enjoying my yapping? I've been yapping for an hour. Guys, let's paint. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a light layer of primer on all these pieces. That way I can see if I have to sand anymore, which I probably will. Not gonna lie. Let me move all this out of the way. Blah! It's been a minute since we airbrushed. So yeah, so if you have any questions on priming, now will be the time. Let's see. Sorry, I'm checking YouTube now. Wooden stirred. Oh yeah. Is it easy to manipulate? Sorry, is what easy to manipulate? The putty when I was talking about it before? If you're talking about the polyester putty, it's super easy to manipulate. This stuff, golden. So good. Too bad that it's impossible to find. So whenever I run out of these bottles that I have, we're screwed. GG. Oh, so more workable liquid green stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It is a more workable liquid green stuff, basically. You'll see. I do want to try to show it off today later on, so that way you can see it a little bit better. Because it's one thing for me to yap about it, it's another thing for you to actually like see it in action. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, it's time. You guys ready to freaking prime? Is it freaking prime time? Boom! Light flashbang. Welcome to the airbrushing booth. Wow. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna prime all the things that we already made sure that we sanded. Priming flashbacks. Are you scared? Does priming scare you now? Are you traumatized? Okay, so we have these pieces, all these pieces. Wow, all these pieces we're gonna prime. This one, this one, this one. I'm grabbing them all. Boom. Leg, butt, little tiny tentacle guy, and hat. Wow. Exciting. Exciting stuff. So, let me start kind of getting these clipped. Let's see if I can even clip this one. Can I even clip this one? Maybe? Oh, that's a little spooky. Sure, that works. That works. And then we will get that off to the side and I can grab them as I wish. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of priming today. A little bit of priming. Will that work? No? See, all these pieces are so big. What I might have to do is I might have to do a little bit of like prime up here while I'm holding it. Let it dry. Grab it back here. Prime it right there. You know what I mean? A little bit of jank. It's fine. Again, same with this piece. Might have to like, we might have to clip it like that. So I'll miss a little bit right there, but I can always move it afterwards. Like I said, this isn't going to be the main prime. I'm kind of doing a very light layer of primer right now just to see where I need to sand more. Because I guarantee I missed spots. Like even right there, that might be a spot. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hope you guys are excited. Hope you're as excited as I am. Let's see. Let's clip it by her arm. That works. I am really impressed that these pieces have sanded so well. So this process might actually not be too bad. I will have to sand her chin more. I already know that for a fact. That's already a fact that I am aware of. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Will this work? Yes. Sick. Okay, I'm basically putting them all off to the side. That way I can just grab and go. Grab and go. Clip. Cool. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. See the little hat. There's nothing to clip onto there, so we're just gonna... We're just gonna... Yep. Come on, Mambo hat. Ah! Some people, here's a little technique that I haven't done before. But if you're watching this and you're yelling at me, oh my god, drill a hole in there and then you can, you know, pin it with the hole. You could do that. Like put a pin in it and then you could, yeah. I'm aware, I'm just lazy, okay? Let a girl be lazy. That'll do for now. Let a girl be lazy. Okay, and all of these definitely not gonna be able to put a clip on those because they are too heavy. Boom. This one, easy. Just a little guy. Okay, and then all of these guys. I'll probably do these first. So let's start with the tentacles, yeah? Want to start with the tentacles? Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Question for priming, how to prevent splatter. Oh, yeah. How to prevent splatter? How far back do you have to go as you brush? Is it nozzle dependent? So when I'm priming, here, hold on. Let me get my airbrush ready. Let me get my airbrush ready. It's been a minute since she has seen some action, so make sure it is ready to go. Cool. Looks good. Okay. So, like, there's nothing in here right now, right? I'm just, as an example. I'm going to have the primer in here. And then I typically, I don't know, hold it back like that. One thing that I did want to note for talking to you, Soul. You definitely do want to apply air first before you pull it back. I don't know if that other guy made it clear. I was kind of like, I was busy. But But yeah, how I'm just pressing, that's kind of like the habit you want to get into when you're working with an airbrush, is pressing it down first and then releasing the paint. That way, if there's any paint, like here on the needle, that gets kind of left over, and there will be, that's unavoidable. Typically, when I do that, I point it away from the figure, that way it doesn't get any of that splatter onto the figure. So I'll press the air down, let whatever paint was left on there splatter away, and then I'll go back. And you'll see this, when you see this, I do this like really fast. So like, I'm just breaking it down right now. But yeah, I'll do that, then move to the figure, and then slightly, like slowly pull back the trigger. That way I'm just slowly releasing the amount of paint that I want. And then yeah, so that's kind of the habit I get into, is like press down, then pull back. Press down, pull back. Press down, pull back. Kind of like that. So that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. Again, it's a feel thing for sure. I'm not going to pretend like I have years of experience or something, but I have a little bit of experience. Okay, so we are going to use my gray primer here. I think is this the same stuff that you use as well? I think it is. Probably I keep ruining my life. Yeah, you got to be really careful with primers because they clog up your airbrush really, really easily. That's just the way it is. It sucks. But yeah, that literally is just the way that it goes. In fact, I might actually test right now what it's like to prime with mixing a little bit of distilled water into it. I haven't done that before, but I am kind of curious. So, you know what you do when you're curious? You test. You experiment for science. So, boom, I have my distilled water. Oh, God. Boom. Bum, bum, bum. And then I have my little dropper. Let's see. Yeah, it's all a learning process. Trust me, the more you clog it and the more that you have to fix that, that's really good. That's the best way that you can learn. So, yeah. That's why I'm not like the biggest fan of if anyone like sits there and like tries to walk you through it too much. Because like offering advice is one thing. I don't want to like hold your hand because the best way to learn is by doing it. And that includes the fuck ups. You know what I mean? Not to sound like an ass, but that is the best way to learn. This song is so good too! Grr, sorry. I'm done yelling. So I've never done this before. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna mix a little bit of primer with some water. Yeah. Where's my dropper? Right here. I use a little pipette. Is that what this is called? A little pipette to put the water in. That way I'm being a little bit more careful. Okay, hopefully that's enough. We'll find out. We'll find out. I don't typically mix down my primer like this, but again, when you're curious, you experiment and you learn. So I'm curious, so we're gonna try it. There we go. Got my brush off to the side. Yeah, always send it. Oh, you didn't watch Free Rin? Ooh, shame on you. It was really good. It was really good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take this, pour it in the cup. Pour it in the cup. Boom. I don't want to fill it up too much, just because you typically do move your airbrush around like a lot. Like I typically kind of swing it around. If you fill it up too much, it's gonna fall over the edge and then you got a problem. So, I don't know if you did that or not. That was just me kind of telling myself. Okay, so first, again, only applying air right now. I'm just going to go through and kind of blow off any little dust or something that might have been on here. Even though I cleaned these beforehand, it can still happen. Okay. You also swinging around? Yeah. And when you're airbrushing, you're not thinking about, like, that, typically, so. Okay, let me turn on my vent, so that way I'm not inhaling primer. And I'm putting on my mask. I have, like, a little mask like this. This is the mask that I wear when I don't need to be, like, super cautious. Okay. Mask on. And now we're turning on the vent. So you're going to hear a little bit of ASMR vent action. Boom. You check YouTube chat. Watching someone else in their partner brought up amazing little magnet sheet with clips to hold. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Having like a magnet sheet. That's sick. Let's see, Bob. Do you want me to move Twitch? We set up so no one. Scared to airbrush. You'll probably spend an hour just with paper towels. Airbrushing is fun. Airbrushing is fun. Mask. Yeah, sorry. I'm masked up right now. You can leave if you don't like that. We'll hold your hand. It's so rude. I'll hold your hand as we go to ice cream. That's funny. I do this weekend when he's woo! Zenless, Yahoo! I'm indoctrinating you guys to Zenless. Let's go. Okay. So right now, I know there's no paint on the outside of the needle, so I don't have to worry about any paint splatter. So I'm just kind of pushing air onto it right now. And now I'll kind of start moving the trigger back, so that way you can actually get some primer on there. So you'll see it'll be like kind of shiny, and you don't want to put it on too thick right off the bat. You know what I mean? So you'll just do like little bits at a time, which you are doing, right? You are doing that. The last thing you want is to put too much on there to the point where it starts to like drip. If it's dripping down the side, you've done fucked up. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but ideally you don't want that. So again, every time I press the air down, I'm purposely pointing it just a little bit away from the model. It doesn't have to be like dramatic. I'm just pressing it a little bit away, and then I'm bringing it back over here. If you want to avoid splatter. For primer, it's not too bad. Yeah. That's just my only tip that I have if you want to avoid splatter. You'll kind of see me like yeet my airbrush just a little bit off to the side every time. Definitely tell it's a little bit thinner since I added that water. It's not a bad thing. And again, I'm doing this right now to see the imperfections. I'm not necessarily trying to give it like a full deep coat right now. I just want to see if there's any spots that still need to be sanded. Like I can see a little bit right there. Yeah, the primer brings out all those little imperfections. So that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. And then once I get those sanded, then I can start to add more primer onto it. And now I'm just going to apply a little bit of air. And that's it. Only air. Yeah. No, I didn't see it having any drip for you either. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, sometimes, even I do it sometimes. Sometimes you get overzealous and you put a little too much in one spot. And it starts to drip and you're like, oh no! Like I done fucked up. Yeah. Overall, I mean, you were doing fine. You were doing absolutely fine. I just know you were having issues with the clogging. So, yeah, with priming, you definitely got to be careful with that. So you do kind of want to give it air a lot. You don't want it to sit for too long. If it sits for too long, it can definitely harden within the needle mechanism, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it just ran out. Boom. And I think that that's good enough because, again, light layer. I can see still all the imperfections. I know you probably can't with this camera, but it needs to be smoothed out even more. Like right up here where all the supports were. So, easy. Easy. And even like now, I'm gonna run a little bit of cleaner through it. And watch the cleaner and see if it goes through fine, which it does. So we're gonna now add more primer to the cup. Feels good. Next tentacle. Yeah, just air for now, just to blow off any dust. Okay, so now I'll start adding a little bit of primer. Yeah, and again, with primer, you're not trying to be too precise. So yeah, I just kind of hold it pretty far back to get a wider coverage. And I'm also kind of pulling the needle back pretty far to push more of the primer through. When I'm painting, like with actual color and stuff, I typically am a little bit more careful. But with primer, you don't have to be careful. You're literally just slapping on this paint. Easy. Easy peasy. Yeah. Yeah, primer is a finicky thing. In fact, right now it feels like it's kind of starting to fuck up on me. I can feel it. So one little thing that I do if I can start to feel it clogging on me, first of all, I'll kind of push the needle back and forth. So that way maybe the needle can push out the clog. Sometimes that works. And also I will, like again, press it down with air and fully pull it back. And just kind of keep doing that. And sometimes that'll help push it out. It is a little bit better now. And I'll also take my hand and kind of like clean off anything that might have gotten stuck right there. Yeah. Primer just naturally wants to clog better, like more easily. So it's really not a you problem. Primer is just difficult. But again, I will kind of do that where I do it in bursts. I don't know if you can tell, but I'll kind of like do that in quick succession, and that can usually help push things through. Oh, I'm out of paint now, so. It's a skill issue. No. No. And also another thing I kind of do is here, like when I'm cleaning it, I'll basically just like unscrew the needle just a little bit. You can kind of see that. There you go. And I will take the needle and just kind of push it back and forth. Not pressing too hard, because again, you don't want to mess up any of the needle pieces. But again, sometimes that can kind of help push any clogs out too. So yeah. And then I can see that it's still struggling just a little bit. It's not struggling a lot, like it's still pushing paint through. But I can tell that she is getting to that point. So what I could even do, I don't really need to do this right now, but what I could do is I could unscrew this. And this is always going to be your main culprit. Like 90% of the time it's going to be this little guy. I know yours I think looks differently, but for me it looks like this. So this is the part where it takes a lot of that paint and it makes it into this little tiny hole where the needle is. So a lot of times this is so easy to clog. So I will take one of my little guys. So again, I have a giant pack of these things. They're so nice. It's the same type of material that you have, it's just smaller. Oh, that scared me. And I'll just go in there and I'll just kind of push it around. And I'll even put a little bit of cleaner onto it. Just like a little bit. Like that. And that's like one of just the faster ways to hopefully fix the issue. So you can see that there's like some yellow coming out of it. So that's not even stuff that I've been using right now. Okay. And then I will take the needle. And I sometimes, again, this is a little bit dangerous to be doing this. But I'll kind of push the needle through. Just make sure you can kind of get the feel for it and see if it's resisting, if it's pushing anything through. To me, it doesn't feel like it is, so I think it's good. Okay, so I'm simply going to put it back together now. That's just like a quick little cleaning method. Because it's, yeah, 90% of the time that guy. And yeah, you've already discovered how if this isn't fully tightened, it can lead to that bubbling. So make sure that's fully tightened. Gently press the needle through. Very gently. Back. Okay, let me add some more primer to it now, and it should be good. Yeah. Just fun stuff. Yeah, usually you don't see me struggle as much on the other paints because the other paints are just naturally more thin. The acrylics. Primer is just annoying. So, again, not really a you problem. Not really even a you problem. Okay, so I can see some imperfections there still. So we will have to sand that. Okay. So yeah, see, even right now, it's clogging for me. So I'm gonna take this needle, see if it's something I can easily push forward. Primer is just annoying. You can see that even though I thinned it, it's still... Okay, see, I think I fixed whatever it was. Just by simply doing that, I think I got it back on track already. So sometimes that works. Sometimes that works. Not all the time. Sometimes. And again, this is typically why I do this off stream, just because it does take a minute. But I just want to show it off a little bit. Doesn't hurt. Okay, boom. I think that's good for the first coat. I can see all the little imperfections that I missed. And we will go back and fix that up. I vote just to shove it back together, give it a big shake, and bang it against the table and see what happens. Well, no. I vote no, actually. Actually, I vote no. Just a fun little priming adventure. I'm excited to fill in these holes though. They're annoying me. So we'll probably do that next before I even put another layer of primer onto it, because I want to, next time I prime this, I want to be able to prime on top of the putty. Oh, I ran out. Sag. So this stuff takes a lot of primer. So much primer. Gah. Goddamn. Yeah, some of them cost a lot. They're a lot of money, so if you could not break them, that would be sick. See, it's flowing really nice now. Love to see that. You just gotta fight it. Sometimes you just gotta... It tries to fight you, and you're like, okay, bring it the fuck on. I'll fight you back. Easy. And then you gotta teach it who's boss. And then it'll play nice. Does that make sense? Gotta be an alpha. I'm sorry. Gotta show who's boss. Okay, that one's, I think, good. Okay, last tentacle. Last tentacle. And then we move on to the actual rest of the parts. What time is it? Okay, we still got some time. We're still doing pretty good. Not too shabby. I'm just drying it a little bit right now. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Okay, let me finish this piece real quick. While my primer is working nice with me, while she's playing nice. Yeah, I could definitely see some spots that I missed. Thank you, primer. Thank you, primer. Okay. Looks good. Let's give it a quick little dry. Again, not putting a very heavy coat on right now. Just enough to be able to see all of those little spots. Okay. Take my mask off. Blah. Okay. A little bit of water. Little water. Boop. Ah, tasty. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Okay, mask is now secured back on. I'm glad you guys are having fun in YouTube chat too. Enjoy. Okay, now let's prime the rest of the pieces. I might actually mix up a little bit more because I've used pretty much all of this cup. Da, 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 da. Okay, that should be enough, hopefully. Add some water. Because I guess, why not? It seemed to be fine before. I'm gonna mix it like this. Mixing it like this. Watch. Okay. Easy. Fill up the cup. Nice. Right. Back to it. Back to a... I think a lot of these pieces should be good now. I remember thinking that a lot of them didn't even really need sanding, like this one in particular. I really only had to sand like kind of where the legs were or are gonna go. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. So this piece should maybe be completely good to go. So I'm gonna give it a little extra primer. So that way I might be able to just leave it as is and not even have to touch this one again. Cool. I think that's good. I'm gonna actually put this one in my little thing. Boom. Wonder if South Florida humidity made some kind of noticeable difference. Maybe. I'm sure that like humidity in the air does make a difference. I would not be surprised if it does. Okay, what piece next? How about the face? How about the face? I know I have to do the chin some more, but the rest I think is okay. That's good. And let's do the torso, da booba. Blow off any last little dust bits. Make sure you get in between the booba. Can't forget that. For science. Gotta get every little nook and cranny. I don't make the rules. Oh, I ran out. 1 sec. Barrel wow. God, I love ZENLESS. Okay, anyway. Can I just put the Angels of Delusion song on repeat? Would that drive you guys crazy? Because I would have a great time. That should be good. Booba. Booba wooga. Let's do her giant ass leg. It's just a good song. It's just good. People can try to deny it. They can't deny it forever. I see maybe like one spot there. See, I just fixed that clog that just happened by literally just going like that a bunch of times. That sometimes works. A lot of times that motion of like moving the needle back and forth and pushing air at the same time helps immensely with those little tiny clogs. Okay, let me just gently switch that. sometimes, like what just happened, like a little clog spot kind of spewed out and did hit the tip of her boot right there. All I just did was wipe it away. Just kind of go back to painting over it. It's fine. It is fine now. I think that's good enough for the leg. I need a little bit more primer. You typically blast through primer pretty fast. See, right now it's struggling to come out. So take the needle and just kind of swish it just a little bit back and forth. See if that helps. Kind of getting there. It's definitely trying to clog. Something is definitely in there. Let's see if I can get through this cup at least. Again, this coat doesn't have to be perfect. See how it's like splattering right now? That means there is definitely a problemo. Oh, I see the clog trying to come out. Sometimes you can unclog it by literally just like trying to clear it away from this tip. Because I do like to avoid actually taking apart if possible, so that's why you'll see me put so much effort into trying to get the clog to naturally come out instead of taking it apart. It's annoying. Hi, Adaptus. How's it going? Let my paint go free! You silly little primer. More is getting through now. Let's see if it's still splattery. No, it's still splattery if you can kind of see. So since it's being such a struggle, that might mean I have to take it just a little bit apart. Let's see. That. Again, I always go for this prime suspect. Bit of cleaner there. I'll take the same brush that I used before. Just give it a healthy, aggressive clean. Ow! Well, I just stabbed myself. Thanks, K-Dak. How's it going? How you doing? How you doing, buddy? We're just having a cute little prime time. Cute little prime time. cute little prime time. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So hopefully this will fix our problem. You see? Priming's a bitch. I should have known better. Sorry. Is that the Angels of Delusion I hear? It's just the I can't speak. It's the musical version. It's not the one with the words. Anyway. I'm also going to clean the tip of this, too. This can get a little messy. And that should be fine, I hope. Dun, 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 dun. Instrumental. There you go. I did it! I did it! Thanks. Words are hard. If you didn't know that. Yeah. Messy, messy, messy. That's just how it be. Okay, let's see how that does. Oh, God. Okay, well, it's good now. It's good now. It just exploded out, though. Just exploded. Glad I'm not using the white one. Borpo spin? Oh, yeah. Bucket can add any 7TV emotes if you want. K-Dak. He's the goat of that. The song has no reason being so good. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of filthy with it. Adding a little bit more primer on here because I don't think I actually have to sand this too much. Okay. Cool. Wha-bam! Done. That's all I really do around here. Hey, sometimes you ban the bots. The evil bots. And I appreciate that. And I just appreciate you hanging out, my guy. Yapping with me. All you little yappers. Hey, I'm trying to demonstrate how priming... Oh, I ran out of paint, that's why. Oops. TEXT. TEXT. Okay. It's bubbling right now. It means I didn't tighten this enough. See, I am by no means a professional. Oh, God. Primer, please. Oh, God, you see how it's bubbling? That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. Why you doing that, buddy? Might be because, here, I'm gonna pour this back out, actually. I'm gonna pour this back out. This does make me feel better. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's just annoying. Like, there are ways to help, you know? There are definitely ways to mitigate some of the issues. But, alas, priming is just annoying. Priming do just be that way sometimes. Okay, so what I think had happened was... Let me take this apart again. Okay. So... Oh yeah. No, I see what happened. Okay, now we're gonna have to clean a little bit heavier. Since some of the primer got into some of these areas that you don't want it to be in. Okay, so boom, we're gonna go back to the desk. Let's go back to the desk. Taking off my mask. Bleh. Get off my face. I get a zoom in for this part. I don't have a zoom in for my airbrush cam, if that's what you're talking about. I look at YouTube sometimes, okay? It's just not on my big screen, so I can't see it. But soon, okay? Soon. No dono wall for you. I'm yapping with ya. I'm yapping with ya. Okay, turn this off so you don't get that extra sound. Okay, boom. Let's do a little bit of cleaning, shall we? Let's do a little bit of cleaning. Everything's gonna be all right. Shoop, shoop, boop, boop. All right, it's cleaning time. What time is it? Okay, we still got like an hour. So I might go directly from this priming into the puttying. Okay. Well, here we go. You get a little bit more cleaning action. Oh no, not the ad break. Rip. Boop. Oh, you get a paper towel. I think I have a fresh one right here. Perfect. Perfect. Get all of that off. Nice, clean needle. Okay, so I want to use a little bit of cleaner. I'm actually gonna dip that just a little bit and clean the tip of this needle just a little bit better, like that. Because yeah, I could see it was piling up on the needle tip just a little bit, and that's always a problem. Okay, cool. That looks better. Yeah, these are almost always your two main suspects. So I think it was bubbling because some of the primer had gotten in here. Here, I'll zoom into this a little bit. I'll zoom in here. Boom. Yeah. So yeah. I think this was creating a little bit of an air pocket. So let's just get that fixed. So yeah, I take my little, what would you call this? I don't know. The cleaner wand. And I just kind of keep dipping it into the cleaner. I'll also get a Q-tip. Really get the inside of that. Boom. Much better. Yeah, now you shouldn't leak, buddy. Sorry about that, little guy. I let primer get in here. That was my bad. Yeah, see, I did lower the VIP to 50K because I was like, that's more reasonable, I think. I just didn't know what was reasonable before. I think 100K is a little much. It's a little much. So, I think 50K is pretty good. I don't know, there'll be other redeems as well in the future. So, just up to you. Up to you, buddy. Psst. There we go, that's better. That's true. That's a lot of time to wait. But maybe I'll have my oh god, I dropped it. My actual VTuber model by then, and I'll have more things that you can do. So, you know, maybe if you did get VIP, you would have time to build back up for that at least. That's another way to look at it, you know? I prefer, Jassy, I prefer Twitch just because I can see you better, so I don't feel bad that it takes me longer to see YouTube. But honestly, the reason that I have the YouTube stream is for your convenience. So like whichever you prefer, that makes me happy, you know? Okay, that looks good now. Cool. You sit there and dry, and we will clean this bad boy a little bit. Yeah, see, some of the primer got like all on the outside. That's a big no-no. That's a big oof. Oof moment. So, we will just take that and give that a good clean too. But I am getting into a better habit already about looking and seeing YouTube chat more. So, hell yeah. Getting there. Da, 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 da. Just some light cleaning. We're getting the outside too while we're at it. Okay. You can see all the bits that have come off. Let's use this too, just to really get the outside. Then I will probably use the needle here in a second, just to really get the inside clean. Do you have a crossover chat? So, here's the dealio with that. I will have my own crossover chat, but I will not be able to put YouTube chat on stream because that is against Twitch's TOS. So, I am limited by that factor. Yeah, YouTube. Streaming to YouTube is very nice for the VOD aspect of it and for convenience. Just because I know that for some people, YouTube works better for them than Twitch. And I like having that extra layer there. If you are one of those people where YouTube works better, I want you to have the best experience. But if you care about things like appearing on Swim, that will unfortunately never be able to happen unless Twitch changes their thing. Yeah, Twitch does not like it. But I will be getting a thing that makes me be able to see it, so that way I can at least respond to you guys more promptly, you know what I mean? But, yeah. As for putting it on stream, that is a no-go in Twitch's eyes. Unfortunately. They don't like the competition. They said big no to competition, which I guess I get, but it makes it just a little more annoying. Ba, 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 ba. Is the habit in the room with us? See, look, I'm looking more. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, okay? Instead of going through the entire stream without looking at YouTube chat, now at least it's every, like 5 or so minutes, right? Right? That's an improvement. That's an improvement. Okay, after this, we will be good to go. We will be good to go. I might, even just for funsies, I can take my little thing and go in there. There we go. Okay. And what is it? Hoping that if I comment on YouTube is like, this stream should be pushed to more people. True. I have no idea how YouTube's like algorithm works in terms of that. I don't want to be on stream. I canceled my affiliate account if I stream again. I've lost the plot. Yeah. You've been lurking and twerking. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Twerk away, sister. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. Just doing a little bit of cleaning. I'll finish up the priming. And then I'll show off some of my putty work, which I have not shown off before on stream. So that'll make for a cool part in the video whenever I get to that. How'd you do after the apples? Bruh. I was so full for the rest of the day. I went out, I think I told you guys that I went out with my friend afterwards. And I remember her asking like, hey, are you hungry? Did you want to get anything? And I was like, girl, I am so full. And she was like, oh, really? Did you eat before this? And I was like, yeah, I did. I did eat before this. Yeah. Haha. 16 apples. That's a good meal, right? Like, right after stream, my stomach was, like, screaming at me, too. It was like, what have you done? What have you done? But, we made it through. And then I had a fun night out, so that was good. No complaints there. But it was fun. I had a good time. I asked my friend, I was like, just curious, what's your favorite apple flavor? Or apple type? And she was like, I don't know, the red one? And I'm like, okay. Wow, uncultured, am I right? Uncultured. Only true apple connoisseurs like me can now point out the complexities. The true apple complexities. There we go. There was a little bit hiding in one of the air holes. Ooh, there's a lot hiding. Wait, hold up. Oh. You wanna see what I just yoinked from one of the air holes? Hold up, I'm trying to get it out. You see this big glob? You see this big glob that I just got out of one of the air holes? What the helly? Disgusting! We saved the day though. It's fine now. Ba 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 da da. What I ended up doing with the apples? I've been eating on them. I'll be honest though, I threw away the other two. Those two that were just bad. I threw those two away. I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's fair to waste food. There was nothing I could do with that Red Delicious. I was like, I don't even want to look at it anymore. That Red Delicious was just so dog. So bad. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're solid. Did you enjoy that little cleaning time? There we go. Yeah, ridiculously disgusting. That's what they should call it. But then they would never sell them, so. Where is my air compressor? Ugh, here it is. Okay. Cool. Looking good. Okay, that feels decent. I'm gonna take a little bit of cleaner and see how it goes through. Whoop. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, it's coming through just fine. Hell yeah. And it doesn't look like it's bubbling at all either. So we did it! Clappas. Now let's clog it back up again. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that little cleaning break. Wahoo! Let's get back to it. Okay. Back to the station. Da da da. No, I don't want to know any further though. Da da da. Show us the oxygen you nabbed. What oxygen did I nab? Huh? Airbrush. Boom! Someone clip this on Twitch so I can relive the ASMR gunk cleaning. I mean, that was pretty satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty satisfying. Getting that little bit of gunk out of the air hole. Ooh! Ooh! Keep to your own accent. I'll do what I want. Oi! Pff, bruv. You can't tell me what to do. Ask a genuine question, but I don't want to call you out to answer if it's going to make you mad. Do you wear child-size gloves? This fucking man in YouTube chat just asked me if I wear child-size gloves. No, I do not. They're just extra small, okay? They're just extra small. These are the gloves that I use. Wow, they're pink and they're cute and they're extra small. Shut up. They actually fit me nice. Let's go. Da, da, da. Have you seen the Baksheen meme? There's a lot of Baksheen memes. What? I'm scared. I saw one the other day, but yeah. I don't know if it's the one you're talking about, and I don't want to call myself out if it's not. Da, 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 da. How's our friend, or is it our friend or a random person? I don't know if it's your friend or not. She's one of my good friends that I've had. She's still in the military though, so she's her armpit. That is the one. I didn't want to be the one to say it. I was like, is that gonna like make me look sus if I say that? Oh, it's the armpit meme. Is that gonna sound weird? It was just on the Uma Musume subreddit, okay? I didn't go out of my way to see that. You're already sus? No, I'm not! Putting my mask back on. Gah! If I was on Twitch, I'd be banned. YouTube is safe for bullying me. How frickin' dare you? Wait, I can be mad about that. How frickin' dare you? How dare you call out my child-sized gloves, man? I was born this way, okay? I was born this way. Would it be weirder for me to be short, like the height that I am, and have, like, giant hands? Would that be weirder, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway. Did you guys watch Bad Bunny's performance? Yeah, that was the only good part of the whole Super Bowl. The rest of the game was so boring. No hate, no shade, but like the game was so boring. The only time I was shaking ass was during the halftime show, which, to be fair, I guess you don't really shake ass to the actual game, but yeah, I liked the halftime show. I liked it. It was cool. I've never actually heard any of his songs before. I think I ended up hearing some of them and I was like, oh, that's a TikTok sound. Like the uncultured noob that I am. But I liked all of it. It was super cool. I liked hearing about the details that, like, he promoted, like, certain small businesses. Like, some of the food stands that he showed off were actual small businesses that he just wanted to promote. And I think that's super cool. I like that. And then also someone actually fully got married. Like, what? That's crazy. I knew I was watching that and I was like, that looks like a real marriage, but like, I don't want to assume. Turns out it was actually a real marriage. Isn't that crazy? Been seeing some weird shit lately. You saw the meme? Yeah, no, I saw it too. I think it was on the Umusume subreddit. I think that's probably the same place that you saw it. I was so emotional the whole time, as much as it was for the Hispanics and Latinos. It was for everyone. Yeah, it was. It was such like just a cool cultural thing. And I know, you know, there was a lot of mean people talking about it, but I don't care. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was really, really fun. Even though I don't speak Spanish and I can't, like, understand a lot of the language, you could still shake ass to anything. I mean, dang, it was still a bop. I was still like, hey, hey, oh shit. I loved it. It was cool. It was awesome. Okay, now we're cruising. Now we're cruising. It was definitely ass-shaking music, 100%. How do you not shake ass to that? I don't care who you are. It's really hard to not shake ass to Hispanic music. It feels like it's built for shaking ass. Okay. We are almost there. And then we can do some puttying. Some exciting stuff. Smooth all of this over. Ah! And it was so different too, because, you know... Ah! Oh, that sucks. We haven't really had any Hispanic music before in the Super Bowl, so that was cool. I knew this one would be a problem. Just because it's hard to hold. There we go. Give it another little bit. Oh, I ran out. A little bit more. We're almost there. Hold. Yeah, but I don't even watch football, and I knew that the game was kind of boring. I was like, is anybody gonna score this entire game? Is literally anyone gonna put the football in the touchdown zone? They finally did, but it was like the fourth quarter, and I was like, oh my god. At that point, I kind of just wanted no one to score, and I thought that would be more funny. So with your mom, a lot of songs are samples of some classic songs. Aw, awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. It was a really good performance. Nice little hat. That done. Okay, cool. I'll have to go back over that one anyway, since I'm holding it in a weird way. Meadows, please stop. I never want to hear you say shake arse again. Well, I never said shake arse. I said shake ass. Until right now. Obviously, I said it now, but... This album is fire. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to... I mean, I listen to, what, like... Some some ZENLESS music is in like either Chinese or Japanese or whatever, and I don't understand it, but like it's a bop. It's a bop. It's a great game. Plus, new head coach. Okay. You didn't think the game was boring? Okay. Well, I'm a football noob. That's the only game I watch in the whole year. Is I watch the Super Bowl, and I pretend like I know what I'm talking about with my friends. I'm like, oh my god, he just fumbled, right? That's a fumble. That's a the tight end just threw it in the hole. I'm sorry. Cut that out. Bucket, cut that out. Cut that out of the VOD. Oh, yeah, it's so good to watch. A really good movie to watch with Bad Bunny is Bullet Train. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen it, but maybe I will check it out. Oh, are we done besides this piece? And then the bass and stuff? I'll do the bass later. You know me, I'll do the bass later. Whatever primer I have left, I'll do with that. And then once I run out, I'm not gonna make more. I'll do it later. Okay, boom. 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 Okay, was there any spot that I wanted to... Okay, I think I can... Oh, yeah, I could do this for surezies. I could do this for surezies. Okay, I will clip her hand, I guess. That feels scary to do, but I'll clip it like that. Get this little spot that I missed before. Boom. Nice. And then... the other one was the hat. Hopefully is it dry enough now? Yeah. Yeah. Mostly. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Get a little bit of this action. Boom. A little bit of that. Boom. Okay, now the hat is good. So put her off to the side. Okay, and then with whatever primer I have left in the cup right now, I will use that to put on... I guess I can put it on... I haven't sanded any of that, though, so I feel bad putting primer on it. And I guess I can do... whatever, sure. I'll put a little bit on here. I'll put a little bit on half of the hammer. Just, like I said, use up what I got. Even though I haven't sanded any of this yet, it'll at least help me see where I need to sand better. Okay, almost out. Little putty! Little putty! Woohoo! Putty! Anybody love the putty? I know I do. I'm sure you're looking forward to me shutting the hell up. Because when I putty, I won't really be able to talk. Okay, since we are done, I'm gonna clean this airbrush because, again, you don't want to let primer sit in the cup. Don't want to let it sit in the cup. That would be bad. That would be really, really bad. Which is how the person who I got my last airbrush from fucked up the airbrush severely. It's because he let primer sit in the cup. It was unfortunate. Let me grab this. That. Okay, here, I'll look at chat in a second. Let me just, this is time sensitive. Okay, there we go. That should be pretty good. I'll run some more cleaner through it. It's going through nicely though, so I think we're good. Cool. Okay. Let me bring all this back over to the desk, and then we can start to get ready to putty. Boom. Okay, am I missing anything? No. Okay, I could take my mask off though. Bleh. At least that mask for now. Okay. I remember when you said the shot you take in basketball was a free ball. Yeah, exactly. That's a free ball, right? Bullet Train was a random movie I put on. It's supposed to do something else. I was glued. Okay, so it's you would say it's a good movie. It's a highly rated cinematic masterpiece. I think my British accent is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. I got that little yappy dog in me. Okay, let me go get my heavy mask. And I'll show it off. I think it's right here. Yes. Boom. Cool. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to inevitably still smelling this. All right, let me get all this cleaned up too. Okay, done with that, done with this. Done with this. Boom. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Get that out of my way. So, let's first identify what I need to putty. That way, once I mix the putty, we will be on a timer. Oh, I have to change back to the desk, huh? Probably be nice for you to see that, I would guess. Is YIDHARI's base going to be a bullet thing? It's going to be... Here, I'll show it again. Because I showed it, like, right in the beginning. So this is, like, her weapon. This, like, whole thing, like, right here is, like, her big hammer. It's, like, a big hammer, and then this goes, like, on the end. So it makes it, like, even longer. Boom. But her base, actually... If I can grab it. Here we go. Boom. It's nothing too crazy. It's just some simple, like, stone... with like a little stone wall in the background. And then back here is like a wooden fence, I guess. Like a nice little wooden fence. Boom, like that. So you got that. And then also there's this piece. Where does this go? It's like some like miasma stuff from in the game. Like some creepy looking coral. I guess it goes like there. Yeah, that works. Cool. Like that. Nothing crazy for her base. Not like a Skirk's base was kind of crazy. Yeah. Clean, simple, elegant base. Boom. And then she stands right here in this hole. And then, like, her leg will go, like... I think... Oh, no, it goes this way, right? I'm confused. Yeah, like that. Okay, boom. So she'll be standing right here. Oh, sorry. Again, none of these are attached, so rip. So yeah, she'll be standing like right here, and then obviously the rest of her body will all fill up the rest of the area. And her hammer sits like right here. So she'll be like holding her hammer. Here, I actually have a picture for it, right? Right? Boom, yeah, like that. That doesn't show the base, but you get the picture. So that big hammer sits on the bottom of the base, and then she's holding like the long pole for it. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. I like it. Da, 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 da. The way it looks on the example image, I thought the hammer was a floating vehicle. I mean, fair. It does look like a big bullet. Looks like a big old bullet. And it's pretty massive too. So it sits like here, I think. I have to sand this so it like properly fits. But yeah, it sits like there, I think. So something kind of like that. It sits like that. And then the pole obviously goes up and then she'll be holding it. So pretty neat. Yeah, in the game, this is her weapon too, so she wields this big-ass hammer and just smacks people with it. A vehicle for death? Yeah. She is a machine. She takes that big hammer and will, like, spin it around her, like a big, like, cyclone almost. And rest in peace, anything in the way. She's pretty fun to use in the game. But yeah, cool. So that's what the base looks like. So it shouldn't be too complicated. The Skirk base was a lot more complicated. But yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna show off the puttying. How about that? How about that? Let's see. We want to putty. Oh, this song is good. We want to putty all of these little holes. We want to plug all these holes because originally these were drain holes for the resin. When I printed this, resin starts off as a liquid. So as it's printing, and this whole thing is hollow, right? You want any of the leftover resin, all that liquid, to drain out of this piece. Because if it gets trapped in there, just imagine this whole piece filled with just liquid, poisonous resin. You don't want that. So you want it to drain out. And then you want to, cure all the inside, make sure it's good. But afterwards, you have to plug these holes because these holes are visible. Typically, holes like this will be covered up. Because this is flat right here, so I know that one of the other tentacles is probably resting against this. So you're not going to see this hole. But these are very visible. So we have to plug these up. Same with like pretty much all the tentacles have these holes just because they're such big pieces, they need to be properly drained. So that's again a safety thing. So I understand why they put these drain holes there. Completely necessary almost. A bunch are here too. We'll have to plug all of these. And let's see, some here as well. I think all of these can stay the way that they are though. Other than that, yeah, just these two on this one. Okay, it's not too bad. All of these tentacles need these drain holes to be plugged. Does the print take into account the holes? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they print out perfectly fine. And I think the way that they print probably takes that into account, where they're purposely made for these drain holes to be facing downwards. That way, again, while it's printing, this piece might be facing this way while it's printing and going up. And then these drain holes will print. And any liquid resin that was in there will just go blah, 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 just out. Did you like that sound effect? Did that did that sound good? Files, the holes. Oh, the file actually had the holes themselves. Sometimes you might have to make the holes on the printing software yourself. But luckily, the people that make this model, and pretty much I think every model that I have, they usually do the holes themselves. So what I'm assuming that they do is they probably build the entire model, and then once they take them apart, they probably, take the time to like look and figure all that out. Whoever does the supports probably does the drain holes as well, because it also comes pre-supported. So, whew, thank goodness, because I hate putting supports on myself. It's the bane of my existence. I hate it. It's not fun. So sometimes I do have to do that though. But luckily, again, I really like this Patreon that does these models, because they do pay attention to those little details. They do the pre-supports for you, and then they add these drain holes, taking all that into account. So very nice. Very good stuff. I appreciate them doing that. So, with that being said, methinks I might be good to begin puttying. So I'm gonna use this Tamiya polyester putty. I think I still have some that's opened right now, but it's just in a bag because it long story short, the cap on this is kind of garbo, and it broke, and putty was not being properly sealed, blah 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 blah. I had to put it in a little baggie. So this actually feels kind of hard, unfortunately. So I don't know. It's a little bit harder than it should be. I don't know. I'll see if I can use it. If not, I might have to crack into this bad boy. This is my last box though, so this stuff is really hard to find as well. So I really hope that I can find more. If not, look for an alternative, because I have all my other putties, you know, like I was showing off earlier. I have like, you know, like this kind of putty. But again, it's just so much more thick to begin with. It's just not the same. Because again, you'll see why I prefer to use this putty over others. Let me actually get a plate that I like to use for these. Where do I keep them? Oh, here it is. Let's see. Let's crack open one of these bad boys. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Boom. Plate. Plate. So I'll mix it up here, and I'll use a toothpick to apply it to all the spots that I need it to. I'm going to kind of explain the process right now, because once I start, I won't be able to talk. Really? I mean, here, I'll give you a preview, right? Here's one of my masks. This is the mask that I use for my heavy duty stuff. So it's just like a more actual, like, typical gas mask, and not just like a, you know, this blocks out like all the poisons. So once I put this on though, you probably won't be able to hear me if I talk. Here, let's test it out right now. I have to take my headphones off though, so rip. Okay, headphones off. Okay, hello, can you hear me? Hello? And you're also gonna hear my breathing probably. So I'm gonna try to probably mostly stay silent while I'm wearing this. So, but yeah, so that's what I sound like with this on. But I kind of have to wear it. Here, I'll take this off now. I kind of have to wear it when I'm using this polyester putty, because this stuff is really chemically, it's really smelly, and it's simply for my safety. Which is, again, why I typically don't stream it. But I do want to show it off at least once. At least once. So that's what I'm going to try to do here, because it's a little bit easier. This is a little bit easier of a putty to do. The other uses I have for this putty is if, for example, the fit in some of these spots is off. The fit is bad. I will put some of this putty in here. I'll smush it, you know, I'll get it all mixed. I'll use a toothpick, and here, I got the toothpick. I'll smush it all to where I need it to be, fill in all the gaps, and then I'll take the piece that it needs to fit into, and I'll literally like press really hard into it. And this putty is a lot more malleable, it's a lot more liquidy, so it'll fill all of the spots I need it to fill really easily. It's really nice. You'll see just how it kind of like how it works. But yeah. So that's the main use I use it for, but sometimes I will use it to plug holes like this, just because again it's a lot more easy to work with. So I can hear you okay, but understand if you choose not to speak much. Yeah. How bad do I sound with it? Do I sound like really bad, or is it actually kind of work? I'd be just surprised if it does. Okay, let's see. Anything else I need to do before I actually crack this bad boy open? You don't sound any different? There's no way. You're lying to me. There's no way. Really? My mic must be putting in a lot of work then. I mean, I know right now I don't have it on. Right now I don't have it on here. I'll put it on again. so you can tell me what it sounds like. Here, hold. I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on. Okay. Okay, seal is good. Okay. So right now I have it on. Yeah. So I probably won't yap as much though, just because it is a little bit harder to breathe properly with this mask on. It's pretty big and bulky, but it does protect me. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I probably sound different, right? Muffled, but not too bad. If you were airbrushing with a mask, I think it'd be too much. Okay, yeah, fair. Totally fair. Maybe you do sound muffled. Okay, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, and now this is what I sound like without it on. So yeah, again, this is the mask that I'll be wearing. It's got like these big filters on it, so that way I'm not breathing in any of the toxic stuff. And then right after I'm done, I will be ending stream because I will need to ventilate my room. So, we need to not talk. I'll talk a little bit. I can talk a little bit, just know that it's gonna sound like dog because I'm wearing the mask. You won't like me when I'm wearing the mask, Batman. I don't know if that's a line or not. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I needed to do before I start this process, because it will be, I'll be locked in for it afterwards. And to very quickly explain how this works, it's pretty easy. It's very typical of like putty stuff, but I'll be taking the putty and I'll be putting a lot of it down. I'll probably use a fair amount of it. And then I'll be mixing, I think the mixture is like a 80-20 or something like that. Like an 80 or like maybe even a 90-10. Somewhere kind of like that. You just need a little bit of this stuff mixed in with the putty and then it'll start to harden over time. So I was concerned about your ventilation. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm doing this at the very end of stream. So we can be done afterwards. I can end stream and then I will properly ventilate my room. I'll open all the windows. I will even like use my vents, push all the air out. And then we'll be good. So do not worry about me. This isn't my first time around the block. So I might try to use this. It's a little bit, it's honestly like kind of thick. I don't know. Maybe I can though. I think this stuff is just a little bit more thick though than my other, if it was newer. So, okay. Let me see. One last look around. One last look around. I think we are good to go though. So, let's lock the frick in, shall we? You've never seen polyester putty? Let's do it. Okay. I will not be able to hear the music either. Wait, let's I'm gonna self-hydrate before this. Here's a free hydrate because I will need it. Boop. Okay. Oh, thanks. Extra hydrate. Extra hydrate. Boop. Very nice, very nice. Whew, deep breaths while I can. Okay. It's time to lock the hell in. Okay. I am putting on the mask. I am putting on the mask. Okay. We lock in now. So let us crack open the bag. Let me see if I want to use this or if I want to use the other stuff. Ugh, this is not looking good. Let me actually try to squeeze out some of the bad putty. Oh, thank you for being here and hanging out with me. Oh yeah, this is a little bit thicker than what is typically used, but I'm gonna try to at least this is a good way to use this on these drain holes instead of using it for my other situations. So I'll probably just try to use up the rest of this. Oh yeah. Damn boy, she thick. Okay. Seal off this toxic shit. So yeah, right now I can't smell any of this, but I know that if I take off this mask, it's gonna smell real bad. So I'm not gonna take it off from now on. Okay, so now we have a little bit of the putty. Again, this is a little bit thicker than what normally it would be, but you get the picture. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this activator and put, again, like maybe like a 10% to it. So it just comes out like a little silly string. You really don't need a lot. So I'll take like that. Now let's mix this up. And we will now be on a timer. Even though this is a little bit thicker than what I normally have, you can still see how much more pliable it is compared to the other putty. It's really nice stuff if you've never used it before. You really got to mix it really good, so I'm just going to do that for a minute. Yeah, it's really hard for me not to yap. Okay. Let me actually zoom in a little bit too so you can see it better. I am Bane. Hello, Batman. I hope you're doing good, Dorian. Sorry you can't really hear me, probably. I'm wearing a thick boy mask. Okay, so I think that's pretty mixed up. Again, normally this would be even thinner than this, but it'll be fine for the use that we need it. You can hear me good? Okay, good. That's good. I'll have to listen back in the VOD and see how I sound. Okay, cool. Putty! Wow! Look at this stuff. Isn't that neat? Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Now we're gonna use it to fill in these holes. Okay. So I use a toothpick for this because it's just literally the easiest thing, easiest way for me to do this. So I'll just kind of paint it in. I want to press it in some, but not like, I don't need to go crazy with it. I'm literally just plugging these holes. Now I might leave a little excess just so I can sand it better. There we go. Okay. So let's do that a bunch more times now. And again, I am on a timer, since this stuff will start to harden. So I have to lock in a little bit. And then tomorrow, I can show you what it looks like once it's fully hardened, and we can sand it, get it primed, all the good stuff. And again, I'm leaving some excess because if I try to smooth it out now, I might regret that later. Because if I'm sanding it and there's not enough, like if I missed a little teeny tiny spot, then I'll cry. So I'd rather just sand a little bit extra to ensure a smoother fit. Yeah. So I'm gonna overdo it just a little bit on all of these. But not too much. So are you entertained? Is this entertaining? Watching me fill holes. It's a very crucial step. Very crucial step to the process. I don't think any of you guys that do miniatures probably ever have to use this stuff, but I don't know, I think you could. I think it's cool stuff. I think it does very cool stuff. Rip the ads. Yeah, this stuff again is really good if you have something that doesn't quite fit right. As you can see, it smushes really easily. So I recommend this stuff if you need to do any kind of like smaller detail gap filling. I really like this stuff. Unfortunately though, it's really hard to find, so it's hard to it's actually hard to recommend it. No, this is not Nelly Putt. This is, to me, a polyester putty. I've never seen anyone else use this stuff except for like one YouTuber. Yeah, I like it. So now all these gaps are filled, so we're gonna let that sit for a while. Okay. Yeah, it's all kind of similar stuff. I just like this stuff because it's more pliable. It's less of a putty and more, I don't know, it's just more liquidy than any of the other stuff I've tried. So it makes it a little bit easier to work with. I like it. Okay, that looks good. Probably not very commonly used simply because it's so hard to find. I wanted to get some while I was in Japan because it's way more common there. This is what a lot of the big anime like modelers use. But when I was checking out the cashier told me that this stuff would explode on planes. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that then. But yeah, this last batch I got on eBay. Which, getting stuff on eBay is, especially stuff like this, is always a little bit of a risk. But sometimes you gotta take the risk. Risk it for the biscuit. I know I said I wasn't going to talk very much, but now I find it really hard to not yap. Oops. Hopefully you're enjoying my Bane impression. Ah, yes. Bane loves making anime waifus in his spare time. I bet you didn't know that. There we go. We're making good progress, though. We're about halfway done. We're just about halfway done now. Okay, I think that looks good. Nice and filled. And again, once you put primer and paint on all this, and obviously sand it, you won't be able to tell. It just looks bright and yellow right now, but primer will fix that. Primer fixes everything. Do, 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 do. Got a little too much. Too much! Blech. There we go. And again, I'm leaving a little excess just so that when I sand, I can sand off all of that. And I know that I didn't miss a spot. I have done that before, and I do not want to have to go back and putty again. Since now you can see that this is a whole process. Yeah, I could leave it like that, but there might be like little pockets of places I missed, so I'm going to put extra on top. And then I will sand down the rest. Okay, now just one more tentacle left. One tentacle left. And then I'll look at the other pieces, and I think there's a few pieces that I can use some of this extra on while I have it, because I don't want to waste this stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't like to waste this if I can, because this stuff is a little bit more precious since it's so hard to get a hold of. Okay. Very nice, very good. Oh, it's a little divoted in, so I'm gonna add some more on top. Because I don't want that, because you'll see it once I sand it. We're gonna add more. Again, I would rather sand this off than have to put more into it. Have a good rest of your day, Soul. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. All right. This is going very well so far. I am glad that I'm using this polyester putty, though. It was worth it. Yeah, it looks good. 2 holes left. 2 holes left. Smush it in there. And smush some more on top. Okay, I can feel it starting to harden. It's still plenty moldable, but it just reminds you that I'm on a timer. Yeah, it doesn't harden like super fast though, so you got a little time. All right, and I believe that is the last hole plugged, but I still have plenty of this stuff left. So I'm going to look over some of the pieces, and there are some spots that I would like to fill from what I can remember from the sanding earlier. I actually might need to put just a little bit more. A little bit more. To really make sure I fill that in well. There we go. I'm excited to sand it later. We'll do that tomorrow. Boom. Okay. I think that's good. That will do. That will do. Okay, so now quickly let us figure out there are a couple spots. There might have been one on one of these tentacles actually. Not that one. Not that one. Is it this one? Okay, never mind. I think that they're good. Actually. Maybe. Some of these holes... yeah, no, I think it's fine. Nah, I lied. I'm gonna put just a little tiny bit of putty into some of these little holes that were left over from the supports. Just a little bit. I'm just kind of brushing it into some of those little holes, and then once I sand it, we'll be good to go. Again, that's why I love this stuff, because it's so versatile. I just don't get to use it very often. But it can fill in all these little tiny imperfections. We love that. I'm gonna be mad at how I sound. Oh no. Do I sound bad? Ah. Hey, I warned you. I gave the warning. I think that's pretty good. I hope you like my Bane impression. I don't know what Bane actually sounds like, because I have never actually watched a Batman movie before. But I have seen the memes, and I can discern that he kind of sounds like this. Are you asking me to say something on YouTube? Let me see. You have to move quick. Let me see. Yeah, I do think that most of this comes by boat. Do a pilot voice. We are soaring at a steady 10,000 feet, and we will be arriving on time to LAX. Everyone, please take your seats, and we will be arriving shortly. Thank you very much for flying American Airlines, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. I think there's a couple pieces over here. Yeah, I want to do this chin, and I want to do this hat. Where'd the hat go? Oh, it's over there. I think that's it, though. From what I can remember. I think everything else is good. Okay, sick. Boop. Where'd the hat go? Hello, Mambo hat? Where did you go? I'm lost. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it! Yeah, I hope you liked that. I hope that was good. I'll listen back to it. Okay, we're literally gonna mold the chin a little bit. I'm actually just gonna use my hand. So I can be a little bit more precise. And I'm doing this because I'd rather do this than have to sand the absolute hell out of this chin and make her look like she doesn't have a chin. So instead, I'm going to do this. And then we can sand this. And hopefully, that'll look good. So in the printing process, a lot of times the chin will leave like this big hole. And that's really hard to sand without like actually ruining how the model looks. If that makes any sense. That makes any sense whatsoever. Okay. Boom. Without the mask was the fragrance. I'll take a quick sniff. Quick sniff test. Oh god, it smells so bad. Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. I can't wait to ventilate my room. Too late. I inhaled the fumes. You did this to me! You did this to me! Now I'm gonna die. Now I'm gonna starve. Okay. That'll do, and now I can sand it, and it won't make her look like she has a double chin anymore. It's really hard to describe how it smells. It just smells really chemically. It just smells like chemicals. Like, a lot. It just smells like really toxic chemicals. It smells like something that you should not inhale. That's what it smells like. Your body smells it and it tells you, oh, you should not be inhaling that. There we go. That is better. Nice. Okay, anything else while I'm here? Okay, are there any other holes? There really wasn't a lot from what I remember. Yeah, honestly, this figure is pretty good. I just have so much left over. Dang. Okay. Let me do a fit check on all the fits. Let me fit check. Especially for these arms. I definitely want to check those out. Okay. Boom. I'll grab her leg. And we'll do... I think the legs actually have a really good fit. Ugh. That. Okay. Fit check. Okay, how does this one goes here, I think. Okay, well that fits perfectly, so I don't need anything there. I really want to show off what it looks like when you have to fill in a gap. This one, maybe, I could actually maybe do that one. Just a little bit. Here, I'll show it off on this one. I did print off the missing weapon pieces. They're right here. I need to sand it though, so it actually like properly fits. Because right now it's kind of hard to like get it on there because it needs to be sanded. So I can properly like smush it on there. But yeah, this is the head of this big like hammer. And then this part goes on the other end of the hammer. Like that. So yeah. Wow. Amazing. Cute. Big old hammer. Then you resand and reprime? Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like when the main intended purpose that I use this stuff for, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big old glob. It's starting to harden, so I got to go a little bit fast. Okay, maybe not too big of a glob, actually, because it's not too bad of a fit. I'll take a decent sized glob, and I'm going to stuff it in here. I'm going to stuff it down into the hole. Oh, God. There we go. I'm going to stuff it down a little bit. I might even put a little bit on the edges. Oh, wait, hold on. Other tip before I almost fucked it up, but I didn't fuck it up. I didn't fuck it up, but I almost did. Vaseline, you need, when you're doing this kind of like fitting thing, you need Vaseline on the other end. So that way it doesn't stick to both sides. So here, I knew I was missing something. So here, if you don't want it to stick to a certain side, you use some Vaseline like this. And I'm just gonna rub it on here, not too thick. You don't want it to be like super thick, but just a nice layer for everything that it might touch. Like this. And then I will obviously wash all of this off later. Okay, now let me try to remove a fair bit of it. A nice little layer of all of that. Boom. Nice and smooth. Definitely want to make sure it covers everything. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, so now I can do the fit. So again, I stuffed a bunch of this stuff in here. Now I can smush it in there. And it goes what, like this direction? This direction? Yeah, this direction. I'm just gonna press really hard. Really hard. Okay. And it filled in that hole, which is what I wanted as well. But I need to remember I want to put some on here too. Put a little bit around the edges. So that way it fills that. Oh, a little bit of the Vaseline got there. Little bits around the edges. And again, all this will be sanded to look nice later. I just want it to be smushable right now. I want it to be in a smushable state. That should be fine. Let me do that again. There we go. You can kind of see it's filling in those gaps a little bit, so. Now I'll brush some of the excess off. Even manually kind of fill in some of these holes. Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm locking in for just a second. Let me cook. Let me cook. There we go. Okay. But again, that's why I like this stuff, is because it's really moldable. It just squishes into all those areas really, really easily. Okay, boom. I think that's good. Now you can see just a little bit of that yellow all around. I'm going to keep it like this, let it harden, And then once it does, I can pop it out, you know, refine it with some sanding and stuff, and we'll be good. I think, honestly, all the other pieces fit really well. I'll check the legs one more time. Yeah, so that one's an okay fit. Maybe I can go ahead and put a little bit on here. Okay, let's do that. Let's put a little bit on here, just because I have so much extra. I do want to kind of try to use this up. Yeah, I still have Vaseline on this Q-tip. I'm just gonna wipe it real quick. Around all these edges so it doesn't stick. Yeah. Boom. And for the leg, where'd I put it here? I know the other leg fits like perfectly, so I'm only going to work on this leg. Whoops. Get out. I might even like plug those holes a little bit, because I don't really need them. So why not, since I have all this excess? It'll just help the fit a little bit. Stop it. Yeah. Just kind of wrap it around these edges too. So that way when I press it, it will force its way out. Again, I usually do all of this off stream, just because it's such a weird process. But I'm glad I'm getting to show it at least once. Because it's kind of cool. It's a little neat. Yeah, it's getting harder to work with just because it's hardening. But it still is working good enough. And after this, I think we'll be done. I'll call it after this. But I want to go around the entire edge. Sure, I can fill that hole too. And whatever pops out, I will be scraping away the excess. But the smushing is very fun. Ah. Man, if it was more liquidy right now, this would be such an easier process. But since it's starting to harden, it's so putty-like already. Ah. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We're locked in. We're good. We're good. Okay. Boom. Applied it all on the outside. Leg where I already put Vaseline down on. And now we're gonna smush it. Smush. push it. I press it as hard as I can. Nice and solid. Then I'm going to go through and kind of start to scrape off this excess. Just a little bit. And this is the technique that I have found to be the best for gap filling, like this. In between these pieces, there's a little bit of a gap there. This is my favorite method. I'm just kind of molding it by hand just a little bit too. You want to do this now before it gets too solid, and then you can't do that anymore. I would have to just sand it. Boom. Get in there. Okay, almost done. Then we shall call it, and I shall ventilate the hell out of my room. Sorry, YIDHARI, let me get in there. Let me get right in there. That's my bad girl. Almost made it all the way around. Get some of that excess off. And I think we are good. There we go. Okay. Whew. That was fun, right? Yeah, that's how you gap fill between two separate parts if you want it to look super smooth, you know? This is my favorite way of gap filling. And then afterwards, after this dries, I can pop it out, you know, sand it, get it, this finish nice and smooth, and then call that good. Yeah. I'm glad that I got to show that off at least once. Same with this arm here. And all this, we can sand tomorrow. Get that all nice and done. It's definitely starting to harden now. Yeah. Good stuff. Flappa. Flappa. I gotta take these gloves off. Boy. Clean up all this space though while I have the gloves on. Boop. Boop. And there you go. You can look at it. So now can you see how it's getting more solid? It can like stand up on its own now. So it's a good like way to like hand. A lot of sculptors will use this stuff and sculpt by hand. They'll like take this once it's hardened and like literally manually sculpt things out, which you could do with, you know, other putties as well. But this is a lot more malleable, so it's a little bit easier to kind of make some kooky crazy things. Here's a little donut. Boom. We'll let that harden. Yeah. Easy peasy. Yeah, useful tip for kit bashing. Yeah, if a piece doesn't quite fit just right, you can always use a little bit of putty and kind of, you know, force it. Force it to work. Okay. I'm gonna take these gloves off. Boy. That way I can touch my mouse and keyboard. Oh, hello. And now let's zoom back out and I can say goodbye. Alright. Well, that was fun. I'm sorry that I can't take off the mask until I start to ventilate the room, so I'm gonna sound like this while I say goodbye. But I hope today was fun, was exciting, and I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me and yapping with me and watching the process. Tomorrow we should be able to do the final bit of sanding and then hopefully move on to the pinning. Woohoo! Yeah, sounds good to me, guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. I think someone is streaming that was just here earlier. Yes. So I think I'm gonna raid him. I don't typically raid very often, just because I'm bad at remembering. But let's raid him. So let's see if I can do that. Boop. Raid. Bam. Wahoo! Okay. Well, you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.